I am.
Welcome, and
Welcome.
to the DNA Sportscast.
Hello. How are you?
It's night time, man. You can't be a slow start in the morning this time.
Nah. Yeah. You know what? That is so true. I should have said I can't do tonight. Just so you know, now my coverage of actually being a dull person is out there. I'm not too bright, guys. Sorry.
You're still cute, though. It's okay.
I know, but you know what though? I know enough about football to get on with life and survive in this world. So let's get on with it now. Alrighty. So, do you have We'll look into last week's games. Actually, we might want to point out first that yes, it is a bit darker tonight.
It is a nighttime special.
We're looking with things are changing. We're gonna
Adapting
test
with the times.
new things out. So. So now, may need to be a bit more, how do I put it?
Less obnoxious.
Yes. I think, why? Because you can't
We'll still
really...
be stupid, but,
those that yell the most, that people don't really hear the most of?
Yep.
Yeah, so let's just look at it like that. So now we're going to be nice and calm and relaxed now.
This is gonna last all of 2 minutes.
Usher's hotline. Yeah, no.
It's going to last all of 10 seconds.
Seriously though, let's get into it.
Right.
Now we have
We have games.
Dude, this game week felt like it happened ages ago.
Yeah. It was almost a week ago now.
So the first game we kick off with is City and Brentford, and man, what
Mr.
a
Ivan
game.
Toney in my FPL, but sitting on my bench.
Yeah, good work. Everyone's been guilty of that. Just as Tony's been found guilty of plenty of other things, but
we'll talk about that soon.
Let's talk about that later.
City, rough day.
Yeah, man, what happened?
Rough day.
Yeah,
Obviously, neither of us predicted that. No, neither of us got points for that one.
I think City had the best of it. Just Brentford, just made the most of their chances. Yeah, to what I saw, and yeah, Ivan Toney making the most out of what he has time left in the Premier League, and I'm sorry, I'll stop subtly nudging at Toney, but it was a really good result for Brentford, and City I think just looked a bit lethargic to start with. They didn't look their usual selves,
Nope.
and their hunger wasn't there, and you thought half time you're like Pep is going to absolutely
rip into them.
ream in, and he would have, and but they did get a goal back though. What I thought, even though they got that goal back in stoppage time of the first half, I still thought Pep would not change one thing. When I was watching, I'm like, this is not going to change one thing about his address. I think Pep is going to absolutely just fly into these boys because they know their identity, they know what they're about. We understand that the World Cup's coming up, but you've got to show more than what we saw,
Yeah, that performance, it was the result was coming because the performance was there the week before, even when they just grinded out the win with the last minute penalty, and they were hoping for one this time as well, but it wasn't to be. I'll give you a stat though.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Kevin De Bruyne, the ball waster. I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure the exact number, but he lost the ball around 32 times is what I'm thinking. The number I've got in my head.
Well, look, man, I think that definitely, if that's
it's a long
I'm
day.
sure it's close to that, and I'm not surprised at all.
World class, not talking shit.
The way Brentford played, they obviously, it's like I said, City were wasteful. They didn't take their chances, but when it comes to if De Bruyne's going to misplace a pass that many times, one of two of them are going to be go vitally punished. So I guess I think it's just a one-off game for City, especially against a team like Brentford, and which a team they look to put away in the first 30 minutes usually. So
yeah, and I love the memes as well that came out of that. So when City pay all that money for 10 extra minutes to try and get a winner, but Brentford get it.
Instead they got it back.
Problem was Toney. Yeah, he was on my bench.
Well,
on my FPL. So
what about who? What did you guess? Let's go back to predictions.
So I said a 4-1 City.
Yeah, I said 3-0. I said 3-0 City, so we obviously got that way wrong. Now let's move on to the next game. So we got Cherries or Everton and Bournemouth.
What did you say for that one?
I said 1-1. I thought 1-1 because I didn't think Everton were going to be as useless as what they usually are. But
I picked 2-0 Bournemouth.
Yeah. Okay.
I was buzzing. I thought I got the correct score, and then a third goal went in.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Well, it would have been funny watching you. You would have been celebrating for the first two, and then I
remember last episode. Episode, I said 2-0 Bournemouth, and you were shook.
Oh well, yeah.
And I was like, and I saw Bournemouth were up, and I'm buzzing.
Well, yeah.
But, oh well.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, I just thought it would be a bit closer, but Bournemouth surprised me a lot. So then we've got Liverpool, Southampton.
The new manager bounce is not a thing.
No, it's definitely not, man. Yeah, I did 4-0 Liverpool. What would you say?
I said 1-1.
1-1, yeah.
Because new manager bounce, but wasn't to be.
Yeah, so, no, it wasn't meant to be, man. I think, not against Liverpool. I think they're pretty immune to those, to those sorts of games. I think that's the difference between your Liverpools and your Cities. Even though Liverpool down there is down there at the moment, we understand that. We know that. But in terms of their identity, they're a team that isn't going to succumb to that sort of hoodoo pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's a comfortable win from Liverpool. Then we have Forest and Palace. I said Forest to win 1-0.
I said Forest would lose 2-1, and
what was it?
It ended 1-0 to Forest.
1-0. Thank you very much. Bonus points for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done,
I'd like to thank
well
everyone that supported me into this. No, I'm joking. So, anyway.
He's not joking.
I'm only saying this because I know I've taken the lead. 100% taken the lead this week. Anyway, let's just continue on.
I feel like you had a good week. He's been very cocky all week.
Very chipper. Anyway, so
I was like, "Do you want me to send? Do you want to send through your predictions so I can keep track, keep the score?" And he's like, "No, I'll tell you on the day."
You know, shut up. That's between us. It's confident information. No, not confident. That's in confidence. I'll set in confidence. Let's move past that really quickly. Now we've got Tottenham and Leeds.
I'm sick and tired of these guys coming back and winning.
Yeah, man, that did not. Yeah, they're.
I put 3-0. I put 3-0 to Spurs. So
I did 2-1.
But
yeah. Well,
I would have gladly seen them lose.
Leeds aren't. Yeah, the Leeds are looking at their mate in their first season. In a while,
that
2 seasons ago, they're looking like that sort of side again.
The Bielsa season.
That
concede a lot, score a lot.
They've got no fear all of a sudden. I find, but still, I think that's because they knew that was the last game going into the World Cup. There'll be a bit of a break. They've had an okay couple of weeks, Leeds, but Tottenham again coming back from behinds and sealing it. It was quite a good game. It's quite an entertaining game, that one.
Kulusevski. It seems like Conte makes the changes he should have started with. So how he should have started, he makes those changes mid-game.
Nah, I thought. Look, man, I think I'm surprised that but you say Kulusevski didn't start.
I don't know if I feel like I've got a feeling he didn't. I've got a feeling he came on.
Nah, he was on. So he started. He started. He started. No, I thought so because Son was out. Son was out injured.
I think it was the week before then.
Nah, that's alright. That's just, man. You're alright. Whatever. It's hard, bro. Think about how many lineups we're remembering, and then who's in, who's out. It's hard to keep track of sometimes, bro. Don't stress. You're fine. Now, we'll move on because I think Tottenham. We're speaking about Tottenham enough because they're not going to do anything anyway. So,
West Ham, Leicester.
Well, they're not as relevant, but we're kidding. West Ham, Leicester. Yeah, so Leicester ended up winning that one 2-0.
What did you say?
I did Leicester 2-1.
You did Leicester 2-1. I did Leicester 3-1.
Oh, so you got the margin. You got the margin right there.
Yeah. Well, Leicester's doing well. They're turning their season around.
Yeah, they're
coming back.
They went from
starting to move up the table.
They went from 18th to 11th or something or other in quite a short time. So they've done really well. Leicester
gone from the bottom, and they're moving up. And speaking of teams that are doing the opposite, we've got Chelsea next.
Come on, man. Come on now.
Look, I saw that happening. I said a 1-1 because I just wanted to have a little bit of faith in my team, but Newcastle at St. James's is just different.
I did 2-1. I knew it was going to be one goal. I thought you guys would have something in you, but yeah, no.
No. Who was it that said Chelsea played a new type of pressing game? It's called depressing.
Oh, that was
what's his name?
No, I know the name.
Yeah,
I know the name, but now that you've asked it, I'm not going to remember it now.
Nah.
The old commentator of the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move on.
Peter Drury. Peter Drury.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. Fuck, why didn't you warm me up on that one? I could have just told you before. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, well. It doesn't matter.
Chelsea, I don't know. Potter's got a lot of things to figure out during the World Cup break.
Let's just put that at rest. Yeah.
Figure out a formation, figure out his best keeper, figure out what he's going to do with his fullbacks. Why is Pulisic and Sterling playing there? It shouldn't be happening like that.
Yeah, why isn't there
Newcastle,
backup?
we had Loftus-Cheek at right wing back. We had Lewis Hall making his debut at left wing back, and who's a brilliant player by the way, but not his position. Should he be playing against Newcastle? Yeah. And then you've got Gallagher and Mount, who's incredible work rates, but they're not. It's not their best position. Especially Gallagher. Yeah. He should be playing a little bit deeper. He should be playing in an 8.
I agree. I big time agree. That was his best position at Palace when he was running up with Zaha and playing off him, and he was so much better in the final third than any other part of the pitch. So
I mean, he got the England call up, so
let's
see how Southgate uses him. Maybe Potter can take some pointers off there.
Maybe get some ideas from what he sees of England. I don't know. Well, they might be. Don't know what team they're going to end up playing in the back with. If they play similar structure as Chelsea, who knows? Maybe, but if you go like 5 in the back or something or other, which is possible for England. But anyway, now we're probably not going to happen. Usually they'll go the conventional, probably 4-3-3.
Next up.
Anyway, so next game.
Wolves and Arsenal.
Yeah, so I did Arsenal 3-1. What did you do?
I did 2-2.
2-2.
Because I keep trying to predict when Arsenal's going to start falling off, and it just doesn't happen.
No, not against I think Wolves just aren't. They're not dangerous enough going up front. They're just not, man. Wolves
team seems too good to be that low on the table.
No,
to get relegated to be down there.
You know what? I disagree. I actually disagree. I don't think. I think Wolves. Hang on. I think Wolves have reached their peak. I genuinely do not think they're not gonna climb back up the table. I can't see them contending a top 8 for a top 8 spot. I just don't see that coming from them at all. I think they need a revival. They still have Moutinho playing in the midfield. He's okay. No, I'm not gonna say he's okay, but come on, man. Like, you're relying on, how is he, 36? He's 36. He's bang on 36, right? And no one can keep up to the Premier League game at that age unless you're Ronaldo. So anyway,
if we look at if they get relegated, where's Neves go?
He's not. Look, man. If they were to get relegated, they probably won't. They're not bad enough to get relegated.
Where does Neves go?
Probably we've actually, United's been in talks with him a lot.
I think he could go.
He could go to Tottenham. The way their midfielders, he'd be perfect Tottenham midfielder. I think he's okay. Like, defensively, he's okay. He runs up and down the pitch quite a lot. Tottenham allowed their midfielders to score as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. He's a physical player as well. Like, you look at the likes of Bentancur and Højbjerg at Tottenham already. And I just feel like because of that, they're very similar.
That would be a decent fit.
So yeah.
But then you got other players. You got Podence, Neto, Traore.
Neto, let's see if he lives up to his potential. Podence probably will be like a Brighton player, I would say, at best. So anyway, that's how I feel.
That's when Trossard moves on.
Yeah, well, that's where I feel Wolves are at the moment. So I don't.
Speaking of Brighton, we've got them up next.
Yes, Brighton.
I picked them to win 3-2, but a good evening is putting in a shift.
Yeah, man, I did 2-2. Unfortunately, could have been all
of a sudden, Villa looks a different team.
I told you. I said going into that game in the preview, last week. I said Villa have the upper hand going into that game. I like I said, said I've seen them play a couple of times now, and they look good. It's just they couldn't finish us off, or they did once, but I was leaning towards Villa there, but I was like, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. So Brighton aren't looking great at the moment. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Oh, they beat Chelsea.
No. Apart from the Chelsea win, though, they're not. That was their first points under him.
Yeah.
So I know it's only been 5-6 games, however many, but still notable because Brighton and those sorts of clubs don't just fling up the ladder. Once they're down, they stay down there for a while. So Brighton, let's see if they're able to stay in that top half. If not, they will probably have a pretty quick fall to the bottom half of the table soon enough after the World Cup. Yeah.
Yep. And then last game.
Well,
one last game.
Yeah. Well, we've got United Fulham, and I thought 1-1 draw, mate. It was 1-1 going into that 90th minute, and 90
came through
in the stoppage time. Garnacho
came through and made me a scoreline predictor.
Yeah. Well, wow.
He's kept me in the game because I knew you were having a good prediction week.
You're lucky.
And I'm like, yes,
you're lucky, mate. Yes. I don't think, like I said, before everything that has happened recently happened with Ronaldo, I literally said before that Fulham squad was named, I said this team is looking frail, like it's not looking together. I didn't make any mention of Ronaldo, but you just could see it on the pitch. They just weren't cohesive. Like, it's just crazy how much United can change from one game to another. But there are themes. There are consistent themes. And I believe that in a practical sense, like, we do okay. Theoretically, we haven't reached the level theoretically we want to get to. And at the level we're at now, we go up, we go down. And I just had this feeling, just looking at how we played previously, that against the Villas, I just knew something good still wasn't was around the corner. Something good wasn't around the corner, but it was. Somewhat. Yeah, well, it was
in the form,
and you know what, it was.
Alejandro and Garnacho. It seems like United just got one wonder kid after another. I mean, you got Rashford, who came through absolutely firing, then consistency, then you got one that we don't speak of.
Yes. The whom we do not speak of.
And then we've got, who was a brilliant player, by the way, but we don't speak of it. And then you got brand new Alejandro Garnacho, who's done more for me than you so far.
And Anthony Elanga as well. I think he still has a bit.
You were slandering him like a week ago.
I know I was. I know
I've never seen someone hug the touchline more than him.
You're bang on, but I'm very bipolar when it comes to Elanga, because he gives me these Jesse Lingard vibes, bro. He just does. He just gives me these Jesse Lingard vibes. So it's like, you can be decent and you're sort of young still, but then he's gonna end up doing the gritty on the pitch and then on the Emirates pitch, and it's game over. And then I'm just gonna hate the club again. So I'm joking. I love my United boys. I just can't believe I said that on record, but I love my United boys. But no, it's just that Lingard, like I said last week, those Lingard days were dark, man, with Pogba and them making TikToks and shit. Anyway, let's not talk about that. We don't talk about those times.
Yeah, speaking of dancing and disrespecting Manchester United, we've got Cristiano Ronaldo's interview.
Oh my God. Are we talking about that now? Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we talking about that now?
Actually, we just have to quickly say our prediction scores. And then we'll go on to Ronaldo.
No. You can't. Well, we'll say that later. All right,
let's
just go into it now.
Let's go.
I don't care about those scores right now. All I care about is
so
this.
We've got Cristiano Ronaldo.
Why are you saying it like he's advancing on goal? I don't know why he's saying it like that. Can you imagine I went to you, your club had some major fallout with Drogba. No. Aidan, let me talk.
Go on, yeah.
Had some crazy bust up with Chelsea, let's say, and it's because of all these different personal reasons. No, not racially driven or anything like that. And then comes out and gets interviewed by the most obnoxious cunt on this planet, by being Piers Morgan. And to tease it out over a whole week. No, it feels like, for me, it's been 2 months of this. Like, this break, like I said at the start of this video, this game week has felt like it's been going on forever and ever and ever. And it's never going to end because, like, I just, day after day, I'm waking up and I'm like, what else is going to be said about my club? And what else is Ronaldo going to do to not slander us? Because, don't get me wrong, there is truth to what he's saying. Well, to what we've seen.
Some of it.
What we've seen anyway, allegedly.
Some things.
But
aligned with what Jose Mourinho was trying to say not too long ago.
Yeah, and but honestly, Aidan, I think everything he's saying, or most of it, is true. It's just the context of it. It's just the timing of it. You didn't want to say any of this when we were up and about, did you? Like, at the end of the day, you're saying these are fundamental issues at our club. And you say you love our club and you love our supporters. But when things are going well, when you're scoring last-minute Champions League goals to advance through to the round of 16s, and then you don't say anything. But as soon as you're out of favour with management, out of favour with players, and I'm sorry, man, like, as much as I want to say you're right, I'm also saying you're wrong. Petty.
And
Petty.
What you're saying is, I'm trying to look at it in the view as if it was Chelsea, but the thing with Chelsea is we upgrade our jacuzzis. So I just can't do it. I don't know.
The fact that that's even like something at the front of his mind, like, look, it might be a relaxing element, and it might actually help him in terms of his preparation or cool downs or whatever. Yeah. But come on, bro. The first thing you should be mentioning is the ownership. Is how we've been led on for so long. Yeah. How in terms of how what money's being spent, where money's being put, don't come at me pointing. You're basically just pointing at the house on fire when you could have been in there putting it out. Initially, when the match went off, you could have. Well, the match was well and truly ablaze. The house was well and truly ablaze before Ronaldo got there, and I don't know how much power he could have had, but. Yeah. Judging off of this interview and what's going on now, it's easy to say that he definitely could have had a say about what was going on then. And the fact I think it's just convenient timing for him. I think that he wanted to leave as soon as we wanted to go to. We were going to Europa. I'm not saying what happened to him was right, but I'm also not saying the way he did it was right.
No. Well, the thing about the jacuzzi is he's not. The point he's trying to make is that the Glazers aren't investing in progressing the club, the facilities, the gym, this, that. It was just funny that he said jacuzzi. Reminds me of Kanye and him talking about. Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi?
Look, I think I don't want to take too much of what he has to say out of proportion or out of context, because at the end of the day, it hasn't come out yet. Yeah. This whole jacuzzi comment could have just been off the cuff. Yeah. And again, English isn't his first language. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like with other languages, you're not going to say the first most appropriate word for that time. Like, 100% you should have prioritized what I said about the owners and the infrastructure. Like, obviously that's a part of the infrastructure, but specifically the jacuzzi, it's a bit funny. Yeah. But anyway, so I've
just for a disclaimer quickly, the full interview's not out yet.
No.
Okay, so we're basing this off a few clips.
I believe it's tomorrow.
It's coming out the next day, next 24 hours.
Sometime, you're saying you've got this love for United and you've got this love for the fans, but you're telling me you had no say in how this is being publicised, in terms of how this is being marketed. 100%, you would have had the power to tell peers, don't drag it over this 2-week period. Don't do this. This is not what I want happening to my club, the club I love, right? Yeah. Anything you love, and it's unconditionally anyway. You're going out of your way. You are continuously saying the right things, but also proving it with your actions. And he just hasn't proved it with his actions. Storming down tunnels as well. It's like if you really have, it's just the whole love thing. Don't tell me you love a club when all your actions say otherwise.
It's all of the stories that he's saying, and all of the comments about Ten Hag. I don't respect him because he doesn't respect me. And then people look at all the different things that have happened and try and pinpoint, where was the disrespect? Where was this? Oh, it's not disrespect. He's just being petty because Ten Hag did this. Bro, we're in Australia. You're watching it on TV. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah. Right? So, because people pinpoint that the 6-3 against City, when Ten Hag said, I don't want to bring him on out of respect. I feel like bringing him on in that situation is disrespectful. And then Ronaldo, I think he said something along the lines of, I would have wanted to come on anyway. But then you got the Tottenham game where Ten Hag tried to bring him on. They were also winning as well. And Ronaldo stormed off down the tunnel. Yeah. People are pinpointing that as like, well, why has Ronaldo done this, said this, but then he's done this and this and this. It's so confusing. But then you've also got like, in that Tottenham game, he tried to bring him on when there was 4 minutes left. Ronaldo's not going to impact the game in 4 minutes. No, it's different if he's saying, I would have wanted to come on for 15, 20 minutes, then you can do something. But not for 4 minutes. Maybe that's what he finds disrespectful.
Yeah, I think in terms of how the game's being played, no, there obviously isn't that transparency towards him. Yeah. He obviously has an in with every boss he works with, and they tell them what the situation is before it even happens. And I think because he's not in that circle anymore, he's probably just feels alienated and has had enough, and he feels isolated. And this is where all of these things coming from teammates as well. How he's mentioning how it's not just management. There's also a couple of teammates that he's come out and said are against him, and I don't know who it could be. If I'm honest, 100% it's going to be starting players, but I don't know who.
When the full interview comes out, I hope he names names because that'll be entertaining. If he does, he won't. Do you know why he won't? You know why he won't? Because if he can't keep his word in a dressing room in which everything stays in a dressing room, no other club's gonna want him because every player in amongst that squad, you wouldn't want him because essentially they're just not gonna play well. They're not gonna have the chemistry because Ronaldo just talks shit behind everyone's back and is put himself above anyone else, above the team, and you can't have that. Give it a bit in between the audio, just before you start talking. We have silence. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, wait a second.
You kidding me?
All right. Ronaldo, Cristiano, freaking Ronaldo. I don't know, man. He's had a lot to deal with. To be fair to him, he's one of the best players of all time. He's winning 5 Ballon d'Ors, and then all of a sudden he's on the bench at, let's be honest, a mediocre Manchester United team. It's not like it's Manchester City and it's Haaland keeping him on the bench. It's bloody Anthony Martial keeping him on the bench.
Hang on. One second. Please give me 1 second. Now, if you've got a fit Sancho, you've got a fit Rashford, you've got a fit Anthony. No, but listen. Rashford is playing the best season he's had since probably the season before last. Yeah. You've got Anthony's new signing, $90 million, 90 whatever pound million euros, whatever, and then you got Sancho again, came in for 100 mil the transfer season before that. Yeah. Ronaldo has been showing attitude this whole season.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that these players that are starting instead of him shouldn't be. I think I think
it was a mediocre United side.
No. Well, it is.
But Ronaldo can't start in it.
That's the point.
What are you talking about?
No. That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
That Ronaldo's fall from grace. It's not. He can't play at that level anymore, where he's won 5 Ballon d'Ors. So he actually, I think he doesn't deserve to be starting.
Interesting. Nah, look.
I don't think he deserves to be starting, but he can't accept that.
No. I look.
Yeah. And I say mediocre Man United team. It's obviously good. It's just not at the level where Manchester United should be or was when he was there.
I know. Yeah. No, look. You know I get you. I get you. Look, with Ronaldo, should be starting. Of course, should be starting. I'm not ridiculous, but I feel like with the relationships and the bitterness between the manager and Ronaldo, I think it justifies him being on the bench for sure. I think in any team, a player with that sort of how do I put it? That sort of power behind them, that sort of prestige. Doesn't matter. They're not immune to not being on that pitch. It doesn't matter. If players don't want to play with them, like Ronaldo said, then he's not going to be on the pitch.
Well, he's tarnishing his reputation there now.
His legacy at United,
that's the thing is I feel like
I don't think there's any way back.
I don't actually think he ever had much of a loyalty towards Manchester United. It was towards Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, I think a lot of people figured that.
That's when I think he even said in one of the snippets. I think he said something about he almost signed for City. And then Sir Alex convinced him not to.
Completely out of spite. He said that completely out of spite.
How true it was or not, I think Ronaldo would have happily joined City if it wasn't for Sir Alex Ferguson.
No, for sure.
Because I don't think Ronaldo actually cares that much about United. As much as United fans might hate to hear it, I don't think he does. I think he's a Real Madrid legend, and United's just not on that list of priorities for him.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I think it's up there. I just think he's got more loyalties towards Sir Alex than he does to Manchester United.
No. I know. Let's take Sir Alex out of the equation.
Yeah. There's still some level of it, but I don't know. I mean, he did. To be fair, he did end up choosing United over City, but I just don't. I think he cares about Real Madrid. He doesn't care that much about Manchester United.
What I was gonna say.
If he loves the club as much as he says he does, he wouldn't be doing this interview. Instead of bringing up, because he's trying to make it sound like he's saying all this stuff because he wants to help. Helping isn't saying that to Piers Morgan. Help is going to the club.
He's trying to act like a whistleblower, but the fact of the matter is, it's like you've been in that situation for so long now. You've been happy to train in that. You've been happy to cash in all the money that you rightfully deserve. But at the end of the day, if you're really concerned about it, like I said, man, you should have been doing a lot more ballsy efforts than a lousy fucking interview.
But I mean, you never know. We don't know the full story. We haven't even heard the full interview yet. So maybe he has tried to speak to them, and he even said, I feel disrespected by the Glazers and Ten Hag. So maybe he's been trying to help, and they're just not giving him any of it. I think, on the other hand, I think Ten Hag's a bit dodgy as well. I think he's pulling shifties because he's
shifties in what way?
Like not shifties, but he's being a bit odd. Like he's suspending Ronaldo, then giving him the armband 2 weeks later. So it's to make him look like Ronaldo's on his side. But you never know.
Ronaldo's temperamental. Like, that's how he is. Like, I'm telling you now, he would have been dropped after that. He was rested and then dropped.
And then captained.
No. He's captained.
Yeah.
Then he was rested in the cup game.
Yeah.
And then dropped. Yeah. So, there had to be something in between that break that made Ten Hag make that. There's no way in my mind that there's a way in which it allows Ronaldo to be in the position he's in without him having done something.
But yeah, so
or said something.
I don't know.
or disrespected Ten Hag, which he's done. This is blatant. Like this is like, I'm telling you now, man. This is all in an effort to get sacked. That's all it is in my eyes. I think he just wants his contract ripped up, and he wants to go somewhere. He wants to play Champions League football in January. Well, simple as that.
It's all what. Who do you believe? And you're never going to get a full story here. We're never going to hear, like, Ronaldo's going to put out this whole interview. Then, what do you think Ten Hag and the Glazers are going to put out an interview? No one, they're not going to say shit. They're just going to let him leave, get rid of him, and then that's going to be end of that, and everyone's going to be up speculating who did this, who did what, who's right, who's wrong. You know, you're never going to get the fucking straight story. But
the thing is, though, the issue we've had in the past United is we've sided with the players over the manager, and now this time we're not doing that. We're sticking with the managers, and these attitudes, man, they can put it where the sun doesn't shine. And I'm telling you now, Ronaldo is the biggest. He's being set the biggest example. I'm telling you now, man. I think Ten Hag is using him. Look, man. Yeah. If it has to be, like used, and you know what, man. If that's how it has to be, that's how it has to be. Yeah. Whatever gets United back on track. I love Ronaldo, man, but this is not the fact that he's done all this. He's lost my sympathy. Yeah. I would have had a bit if he did none of this. Like, he went out of his way and he asked Piers Morgan. He did it himself. Yeah. He wasn't even approached.
I'm not sure when it was recorded.
He wasn't even approached.
Could have been recorded before he got the captain's arm.
I don't know. Look, man, let's just all speculation right now. Let's just see what details come out. I think this is going to be a big shitstorm for Ronaldo. I think it's going to be a big shit show for Ronaldo.
But at the same time, it's a shitstorm for him. He's never going to play for United again. And who knows who's going to take him after this? I
don't know what's going to happen with Portugal. Like, he didn't train today. I don't know.
Yeah, but also, I think a lot of what he's going to say is probably true still. But he just shouldn't be saying it, is the whole thing.
No, yeah, exactly. There's that code. Like, you keep that shit inside. Yeah. Like, as long as no one's getting racially abused, sexually abused, whatever it is. Like, oh no, your feelings are being hurt. Oh no, you're not counted on as number one anymore. Oh no, like, cool, but like, that's to be done internally. You've got all of these resources at your disposal, and you go to a fucking tabloid outlet. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think I can say much more about this. He's probably going to say, honest, I'm going to lose my shit. He's probably going to seriously, I can't. Oh yeah, this is really, really pissing me off. Like, I just want to see what ends up happening. We'll wait and see what's said in the interview, and then we'll review that at a later date. Yeah, let's see. Anyway, yeah, he's just lost all legacy at United. They're tearing down his mural as we speak at Old Trafford. Oh, it's not a mural. Not mural, but it's just the pictures, the posters outside Old Trafford. Advertising, they were quick to do that, man. I think that ultimately means that's it. The whole interview's not even out yet, and they're already tearing it down. Yeah, well, you've got snippets of it out there. Imagine those two snippets are bad, and then the rest of it, I love Manchester United. I love Ten Hag. You know what? Sancho's my best friend. I love Garnacho's inspiration. Can we bring Lingard back? Alright, well, let's. I think we'll watch the interview whenever, and I'll torture myself for, I don't know, it's going to be 60 or 90 minutes. 90 minutes. No, it's a movie length. It's a feature film. No, I love the memes again. It's the first 90 minutes Ronaldo's got all season. I love it. That's good. Well, I love my memes. Alright, well, let's. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Done with the Ronaldo talk. Until probably next episode. Anyways, so we went on to all of that after talking about our predictions. So let's just quickly say the scores we got. Yes, yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3. Wow, I got 4 correct, but one of them was a correct score line. So I got 1, 2, 3. I got 6 points, which puts me on 43 points total. Just a reminder, before this game week, we were both tied on 37. So now I'm on 43. And now I think Daniel has gone ahead because I'm pretty sure we got 2 correct scores. No, I got 1. 1? I got 1 correct score. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm up to 45. So what's that? 45 versus what? 43. That's still close, tight. Man. Still tight. Still close. Still close. All right. Well, Add that until the next game week Premier League. I guess we'll be looking.
We'll be leaving it at that. We'll do a fantasy World Cup probably.
Yeah, I think we should definitely look into that. That'll be fun, man. I think I think when it comes to the World Cup, like you have to participate in these things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Otherwise, like you lose the hype behind it. You know?
Yeah. I find even with Fantasy Premier League, I get more invested in the games that I wouldn't necessarily watch. Like,
it's gonna be hard to watch all the games though.
I'll have Ivan Toney in my team, so then I'll be there watching Brentford versus Crystal Palace. Like, go on, Toney!
That was the worst. That was the worst lineup you could have thought of. The worst head-to-head you could think of.
The first one that came in my head. First one that came in my head was actually Newcastle. I'm like, oh, that's not right anymore.
Yeah, that's outdated now. He was fucking hilarious, man.
Anyway, speaking of Ivan Toney,
what about him?
Another thing that gets your heart racing for the games that you might not care about is placing a bet.
Gamble responsibly, in which Ivan Toney over 4 years did not do. Total of 232 bets. I think they've classed it as like a code that he violated, but I believe he's violated 232 times, and I believe it's.
I hope he won some money.
It's a long man. He's getting 100K a week.
Maybe he won enough to pay his fine.
But that's it, bro. Probably, maybe.
No,
I'll say so.
We don't support gambling. Gamble responsibly unless someone wants to sponsor us.
We can put it in the middle here the whole time. Literally have it running the whole time.
I'm not saying any names unless we're getting paid. So.
Nah, you know I'm not either. So anyway, look, Ivan Toney's in hot water.
Yeah, he's going to get a big fine, probably suspended for
he'll be
a couple weeks, maybe.
Dude, 232 counts. I don't know what. I don't know how it's previously been sanctioned, but I think he's out for the rest of the season. I think he's gone for the rest of the season.
What if he wants to leave, go to like a...
It's 4 years,
like
but...
Inter Milan or something.
These are games maybe that stemmed back in the championship. But obviously they did. But, nah, I don't know, man. It's just like the integrity of sport these days. Like, how can you only give someone who's betted through that many times... a couple of weeks and a fine.
I don't know the exact regulations.
I don't either. It could be though, Aidan. It could be. But with me, it's like anything to do with that shady shit where someone's play can be impacted. I haven't looked into it. So they've only formally charged him. Ivan Toney hasn't, up until what I know now today, the 17th, that he hasn't made a comment. He hasn't said anything yet. So he could tease this out. Just with appeals and appealing. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but yeah, Ivan Toney's in some fucking hot water. I just don't... It must... I don't know, man. I don't want to comment on gambling as a addiction or anything like that, but far out, man. To do that, even at that level, it's just so it goes to show that, I don't know, man. Maybe we need to be taking this a bit more seriously.
Yeah. I don't know, but can he leave? Imagine he gets suspended for half a season, but can he just leave?
No.
Can he go to Serie A and just be like...
surely it's FIFA. It's like a FIFA fine. Like surely FIFA or it's FA. It's the FA is going to fine him, but I don't know whether it's going to transfer over to anywhere. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Look, bet all you want. I'll take you at Chelsea.
But if he's look, man, I would have loved him in United too.
Yeah,
but
if you're good at United, I think if you're good at Arsenal.
We don't tend to go for players that have shitty past. We don't tend to.
It's more like they get shitty when they get to you.
No, yeah, but honestly, bad boys, we're not really into them. That's one thing about United. Them. I think we. Maybe we create him in a way,
Pogba.
but nothing really. Pogba is apart from his voodoo magic or whatever he does, he did alright.
No, he was alright.
What's going on there, by the way? I don't actually. Just quickly though, his brother came out and said soon Pogba's going to be exposed, and nothing's happened yet.
I don't know what's going on.
And now Pogba's counter-suing him for slander or whatever else. It makes sense. I would too. What a dog, bro. What a dog, your own brother.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on.
Brother, I'd be doing more than fucking spells, mate. Don't you worry about that. That's a mess, bro. Anyway. So
that's a big mess. I'll take him at Chelsea. I could also
Toney.
I could also see Toney at like Inter Milan. If Lautaro Martinez leaves, I could see that replacement happening. I don't know why.
That's a good call. No, that's a good call. I like it.
I'm gonna save this clip just in case.
Yeah, I reckon you should.
Instagram reel or TikTok.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see what Toney ends up doing. That was for your TikTok in the future.
I'm winking to my future.
Yeah, I know you are. You suck. Anyway, look.
Not that I just named like 4 or 5 different teams, and then I said Chelsea, Arsenal, United, Inter. Nah, but Inter.
Are you talking about Toney going to those teams?
Yeah. Let's rattle off a bunch of names. And if one of them stick, then I'll just snip that little bit out.
We'll see.
No. Inter's the one.
All right, so Toney, Inter.
Where's Martinez go then? This is the most random
I don't know.
We've diverted off this conversation so randomly, but where would Martinez go?
I don't know. Juventus potentially.
It's a shout.
Potentially,
with
bro,
Vlahovic.
because they've got a habit of once they're on the roll that they'll
with
Vlahovic.
Vlahovic.
No. That's what I'm saying though. Yeah, Milic, and Vlahovic. Yeah. I think Vlahovic is in talks of leaving because he's not doing too well. And yeah, I reckon you could go there.
It's a shout. I think
for a big money move.
I think Lautaro Martinez is also a shout to bang in a lot of goals at the World Cup.
Fuck yeah, that's a good point. They're gonna have a very good.
He's got Messi and Di Maria feeding him.
Huh?
He's got Messi and Di Maria feeding him.
Yeah, it's tasty, mate.
Him or Alvarez.
It's tasty.
I think it'd be Martinez. I think Martinez starts over Alvarez though.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's wrap this up.
Wrap this episode up.
Yeah, is there anything else we wanted to cover so far? In terms
Actually, you know what?
Because it feels like this week has just been really, in terms of news this week, it's just been, I feel like my week's still been filled up even though there's been no football games. There's all this bullshit going on. So, what
last thing I want to say is I want to cover my ass real quick. I've talked a lot of shit about Darwin Núñez. But I'm going to be honest with you, I actually don't think he's that bad. But I'll explain what I mean. He started the season, the goals that went in were not good. They were shithouse. But at the same time, he was doing good things. He was getting into good positions. He was getting some crazy shots off that were hitting the bar and stuff like that. But he has, I feel like, but he doesn't have little things like the decision making, the delicate finish, the first touch, just little things like that. If he can slowly progress himself and work on it, then he could become very, very, very good. So basically what I'm saying is, all of the slander I've given him, I stick by it. But all I'm saying now is that he still has the possibility to become very good.
Fuck, you're a dag. Oh my god. It's bad.
No. I'm
saying that.
Go to the World Cup and be like Uruguay's best player, top goal scorer or some shit.
Look, what I was gonna say is everything you're saying is pretty bang on. I think he's definitely got some things to improve on, but he just gets it done. He just gets it done. Simple as that, bro.
Yeah,
so Núñez, I think that was well delivered, and that was definitely deserved because I think he's done. He's been doing all right.
I'm sorry, Liverpool fans.
He's been doing all right.
If you beat us in another cup final, though, I'll never say sorry again. On penalties as well. Anyway, on that bombshell, it's time to end this first episode.
Yeah.
Alright, and if you've been listening this whole time, I think we've been going for like 50 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's a while. And if you've been listening this long, and you're not subscribed, what are you doing?
Yeah, I reckon just
you know,
chuck in us, follow, subscribe, everything like that, and to go the big way.
Yeah. Well, check us out on the other platforms as well: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all this good stuff. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in our next episode where we'll be discussing
the World Cup.
No. Our next episode is the Premier League team of the season so far.
Oh, of course, yes. Sorry, my bad. Jumped the gun there. So yeah, we'll be delving into that.
Peace, Cristiano.
Alright, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I reckon we should say all that at the end of next video.
What?
Because I reckon